He's the guy there. Now, let's go into what I talked about also, people talking about it. And that's a confused pope. That's like a confused guy. You know, nowadays you don't know what the hell you're getting. You know, well, we got the Catholic Church, or the Catholic Church in the Vatican ended up getting a smorgasbord. We got a smorgasbord when we got this guy called Pope Francis. He doesn't know what the hell he is, a Jesuit or a Catholic. But what you must be aware of is you must be aware of the fact that a coup took place within the Vatican. It's either one of two things. Either there was a coup that took place and the Jesuits took over the church. That's why we have a Jesuit Pope. Or the Jesuits controlled it all along. And if the Jesuits controlled it all along, what the hell were we doing going to Catholic school, going to Mass, confession, and everything else? You know? Think about that. So the Pope, he's going to get up there September 25th, and he's going to tell the bishops and everything that they're going to have to follow his orders. And his orders might include satanic rituals and other things. He's also going to most likely state, because he said he is, that there is no God. There is no God. What have we been doing in the Catholic Church for the last, in my case, many, many years, but not actively practicing right now because of my travels and a few other things too. I never really, after grade 8 and 9, I stopped, but because I didn't believe in when they couldn't answer my questions that it was the right place to be. I still think the same thing, but we are Catholics, you know, and we do believe in God. Well, he's going to tell us there is no God and that we all made mistakes. No, we didn't make any mistakes. We were brought into a world where there happened to be a God, and we believed in God because of what they taught us and how we were bred from our families to God. Now all of a sudden the same people that taught us there is a God, because let's face the facts, Rockefeller and all the other boys were involved in the church as well too, and they were preaching us from their books, the Italian books that created by Constantine and the Council of Nicaea. We're talking the Bible, books like Thomas, the book of Thomas, the book of Philip, the book of Judas, the book of Mary Magdalena, and the book of Jesus Christ excluded because it didn't fit their criteria. It didn't fit their idea of creating a business. So you get the message, the Vatican is a corporation. And they're going to, remember the Vatican is the spiritual arm of the Illuminati. The Vatican is the spiritual arm, the U.S. is the military arm, and England is supposed to be the financial arm. That's your Illuminati. There's your pyramid. It's not nice to think like this because we've been raised to think differently. But it is what it is, and we have to get out from under it. Okay. As for the church, as for Francis, you know, he's been charged already in the past, I believe, and convicted of in a civil court of pedophilia and things. I'm not sure. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I'm not accusing him of that yet. But so everything I heard pointed in that direction, and I'm not going to be nice about it. I call a spade a spade. So we get through that now, and you know, that's not going to be easy, because once he comes out and does what he does, and he makes his statements and saying there's no God and the church has to follow him, the Catholic Church, even though he's a Jesuit. I mean, we're still following him, I think. Not me. I'm not French. I'm not we. But we're still following him when we shouldn't be. The guy is not our Pope. But then again, do we really have a Pope? We're really in a quagmire there. We've got to be confused. The people have to be confused how the hell he got in there, other than the fact that the Jesuits owned the Vatican, owned the church. Or, on the other side of the coin is the coup d'etat. I leave that to you to figure out, because I know one thing. I don't worship this guy, this man. I don't worship him at all. I don't admire him. I don't think about him. I think he looks like a dog and probably acts like a dog. And you know, when you walk like a dog and you talk like a dog and you act like a dog, you know what that means, Joe?
You might be a dog.
Say it. You probably are a dog.
Probably are a dog.
And there's no question he is. And he's going to be leading the parade, which involves the UN, on the 25th of September. You know, and the spaceships are going to come in, and John is going to jump on and jump off because he's afraid of heights. So, you know, all this crap you're going to believe when the blue beam, if they do the blue beam, it opens up and the demons are going to come jumping down from the skies and the fallen angels. And, you know, I'm just going to get a chair, sit in the backyard and get some popcorn and stuff and watch the show, have guns in my hand so I can shoot them as they come down. This is like Space Invaders. I feel like I'm a kid again playing a computer game. It's going to be a lot of fun. You know, they're going to be attempting to scare us. We're going to be scaring them because we're bigger monsters than they are. You think about it, the worst monsters in the world happen to be humans. And the animals aren't scary. The animals we can identify. The humans are the ones that are scary. So we're not going to be afraid of these people coming out of the sky. You know, and oh, this is ridiculous. Let them do it. Let them do it. Just get your chairs ready, get your popcorn ready, and it doesn't cost anything to watch this. And we're going to shoot a few bullets, of course, but I mean, come on. What's the cost of a few bullets compared to the price of a cinema? A cinema ticket nowadays. Anyway, okay, we're done with that. There's not much more to talk about that. It's going to be ridiculous. He's going to be telling us we should all follow him. But you know, he says there's no God. He says there's no God. God is not going to be there. There's never been there. We've been fooled. That means they fooled us because they've been running the church. I'm talking about the Jesuits. They've had the strong arm on the popes, and that's the popes have been led, not misled, led. Just like Soros and Rothschild are dealing with the politicians like puppets. The Jesuits were playing with the Catholics like puppets. They did what they were told. So you know that's it. But God, getting back to God, you know, never seen him. On occasions I thought I felt them many times. But the bottom line there is, how can he be talking about no God, but yet he's talking about fallen angels, and he's talking about demons, and he's talking about, you know, so many different things about religion. But there isn't a God. If there isn't a God, then we don't listen to him either, because he's nobody. He's nobody. He's nothing religious. He represents the Vatican at that point in time. The popes are no longer, the Catholic Pope no longer. Catholic Pope's gone. This guy comes in. There's Jawoka from, who knows where he's from, probably Ethiopia or something. You know, Ethiopia is too good of a place for that guy. I don't know where. So let's think about that later, but yeah, he's gonna say some things that are gonna disturb everybody, but again, you don't listen to him. Getting back to the